Good morning, good afternoon. Again, this is Sunday morning. Again, it's a very, very enlightening morning. And this is Butch Bartolomeo, the business mentor blog over Manila Times. Again, it's a very, very good Sunday. And we have a very good, exciting guest who will tell you a lot of stories, both personal as well as his role in making our buildings that safe. Did you know that ang buildings pala, mga ladies and gentlemen, it's not just the design, it's not just the architecture. It is how all the wires, they call themselves as a panel. Uh, importante pala. You can have the best design, but when it comes to nag-fluctuate ang electricity, yun na. So to tell us more about it, let me introduce to you the man behind, no? Mr. Roberto Fausto Anonas Jr. or Robbie. Good
Yeah.
afternoon. Good Sunday to you, Robbie. How are you today?
Yeah, thank you, Butch, for having me. Yes, I'm Robbie Anonas. I'm with Fujihaya Electric Corporation.
Mhm.
I haven't been with this corporation for long, but I know enough about it to be able to share with you a lot of experiences and knowledge
Mhm.
about power protection. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very true, Robbie. Kasi very important now is the way our electricity is behaving in the past few months, the fluctuation. So how
Yeah.
does Fuji Haya work in the building administration, the construction? Paano ba yan?
Okay, we consider ourselves the low man in the totem pole of any construction business, no? So if you
Mm.
imagine a business, if you imagine a building or a mixed use development like the Ayala malls and things like that, the
Yeah.
power company would supply you with about 115,000 volts. And it is
All right.
our job to create the power protection equipment to bring those 115,000 volts down to 220 so that
Wow.
it can be used safely and it
Uh-huh.
protects the appliances that you buy, the things that you put that you need in the houses and all that.
Mm.
No? So
Mm.
so same thing in mixed use in condominiums and all that. Yes, we need power protection. And what are these things? These are transformers. These
Yeah.
are switch gears, medium voltage switch gears, low voltage switch gears, and then all the way so that it can be distributed into a building. Okay.
Mm.
So that's how, but imagine, can you imagine 115,000 plus volts from the grid, from Meralco will supply that building and it's brought down to 200. In
So
industrial,
how do you distribute that? I mean, do you work closely hand in hand with the design, the working team, and everything? Ganun ba yan?
yeah, there will be a designer, a professional electrical engineer that will do the basic design.
Mm-hmm.
He will create a single line diagram that will depict, so to speak, how his design will protect the building's occupants and its appliances and equipment inside, no? Um, so he will calculate the type of loads that these buildings will need, or and he will project this. He will forecast this for maybe a couple of years, 10 years, until that building is fully occupied. And based on that forecast, he will make this single line diagram. And in the single
Mm-hmm.
line diagram, there will be all the breakers, there will be all the transformers, there'll be all sorts of electrical equipment that will be used to accomplish the design that he uh, that he created. And it is our job to follow this design as closely as possible. And along the way, there may be some changes because there might be some things that will be needed added in the forecast and all that. And so I would say, just to give you an idea of how long it will take, the studies, the drawings, the shop drawings, back and forth. Maybe I'd say maybe about 3 months, and then
Uh-huh.
maybe another 16 weeks before we were able to produce the
Mhm.
the whole the whole system, the power system. Yeah.
And funny on, is it projected, for example, how long the lifespan of the building? Kasi there are current, the electricity requirements. Sometimes they
Yeah.
update it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, the wires probably may be
Yeah.
affected.
Yeah.
How is this done?
Well, you need to have periodic maintenance. That is
Mm,
needed, no?
mm-mm, mm-mm,
So normally, all of these imported equipment, breakers and things like that, they would normally come with about a 2-year warranty. And then
mm-mm,
beyond that, you need to hire someone like us to do the periodic maintenance
mm,
so that
mm-mm,
your equipment is and you are assured that your equipment will be running properly. Um,
mm-mm,
I'm
mm-mm.
sure you would in your house you would have a fuse box. Let's say a fuse box with all the breakers there. If
Yeah,
you recall,
right,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
right,
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 right.
right.
And so like in my case, I've got this panel and it's been there 30 years and nothing has happened because the brand or the breakers that are there are very durable and so on. No? So there's no you're not afraid. No? So when something trips, you have to find out, for example, what was the root cause of that trip before you put the breaker back on. No,
Mm-mm, mm-mm. True,
that
true,
would be the right way.
true.
Yung ganon.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
So that is the same thing with buildings. If there is a trip, yeah, then the breakers will trip, and then you just wait for a while and see, okay, what happened? Let's see, is there anything?
Mm.
Are you smelling something funny and all that before you turn back
Right,
before you
right,
turn
right.
back the power
Oh,
back on? Yeah.
but
Mm.
Bobby, I remember during the power crisis, no, the early times when we have brownouts left and right, and people are getting stuck in elevators. It must be a challenging work for you. I mean, imagine all the panel, making
Yeah.
sure all the panels are working, and
Yeah.
even hospitals, for example, di ba?
Yes. Yes.
Especially in surgery, operating
Mhm.
rooms, no?
Yes.
Ano yan,
Yes.
split of a second ata yan, di ganun ba?
Yes, that's right. The thing with this is the generator, the standby power
Mm.
source. There has to be like for example an automatic transfer switch, and
Ah,
it has to be very efficient. Now, some
mm.
designers will require a split
Yes,
second switching. So let's just assume that's the case, no? And then it takes some time for the generator to ramp up to its most efficient level of operation, right?
correct, correct.
So let's just say maybe I don't know the switching and then maybe another 6 to 10 seconds before the generator kicks in full power. You know that kind of thing. That has
Mm.
to be also studied by the designers. No, the designers.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So they
Yeah,
would.
because I was just over the weekend. I was in San Jose, Mindoro, and I uh, I was really surprised. In the middle of the night, and all of a sudden, pluck. All of a sudden, brown out. And then
Oo.
after a few hours, pluck again. I
Bumalik
was
na.
just wondering. I was wondering. It might be well. It's an opportunity probably for people like you to be able to help out the community. But again, the wear and tear of equipments. Yun nakakatakot kasi the hotel I stayed had two generators, and apparently one generator conked out.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yun nga, sabi ko, where is the maintenance? Kasi if you're into
Oo.
service, if you're through, there are a lot of tourists now going to that place. And
Yes.
if your service is poor,
Yes.
mapapaya naman tayo,
Oo,
di
oo,
ba? Di
oo.
ba?
That's true, no? if there are two generators, there's such a thing as a synchronizing panel. That synchronizing panel, which we also produce, will regulate the two generators, no?
Mm.
So it will. There's such a thing as a modulator, bang tawag doon? A regulator. No, it's just
Yeah.
to regulate the power that's coming in, what generator should do more and what
Mm-mm.
generator should do less, that kind of thing.
Mm-mm.
But
Mm-mm.
but in this case, if there's only one and then they have to, it will be overworked, and you have to be careful that the generator will be overworked, and you have to be careful to make sure that it does not break down. So someone
Yeah.
has to be
Yeah.
someone
Hindi,
has to
kasi
be
there was
there.
a time
Oo nga.
there was a time one of the staff was saying na nakatulog yung tao in duty. Sabi ko, ha? May tao talaga naka-duty na 12 hours, no? Sabi ko, I think that's a very, very old way, no? I mean, you have to
Yeah,
have,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
di ba? You have to have, if you're in business of hospitality, hotel, restaurant, you might as well have, invest on that, di ba?
Yes,
Rather
yes,
than,
yes. Yeah.
like in Boracay, do you have any clients in Boracay
Oh,
that you
oh,
have done?
Oh yes, we've got a number of hotels
Uh-huh.
in Boracay that we
Uh-huh.
supplied, no? And again, the power quality, yung power quality importante eh.
Mm-mm.
Masisira din yung ano mo eh, yung mga appliances mo kung gano'n ang ano mo. Ang nangyayari eh pagka mali ang power quality. Yan,
Mm-mm.
or very poor ang power quality.
Mm-mm.
There's such a
Oo.
thing as single facing, what they call single facing. They're
Mm.
supposed to be supplying you with three-phase electricity, tapos biglang nagsi-single phase.
Nako,
Masisira yung
lalo
masisira yung
masisira, you know?
yeah,
Tsaka,
yeah.
tsaka pag may mga imported equipments, I'm sure a lot of people would import equipments, appliances, and all sudden,
Mm, mm.
like UPS. There was a
Oo.
time, Robbie, everybody was selling UPS, interruptible
Untouchable
power
power
supply.
supply.
These are
Yes.
big, mga
Oo.
malalaki, no? I mean, for
Yeah, yeah.
computers or offices.
Oo.
But now it looks like, is there still a market, or is there a market for that
Yes.
now?
Yes, ang laki pa rin ng market na yan. You know why? Data
Oh,
centers. Okay, data centers,
yeah.
BPOs. Okay, so
Yes, yes.
remember, pag nag-brown out, papasok ang UPS dapat. Yan ang unang papasok. Okay? But
Automatic as in,
automatic yan, oo.
oo,
But the UPS can only run for a maximum, let's say, of about 10 minutes.
that's it.
Okay? Yeah, that's
Oh,
it. Ano yung baterya niyan? Okay? So, but
uh,
within those 10 minutes, the generators have to be able to be ramped up to its most efficient operating level. So, but it will
mm,
normally take about, as I said earlier, 10, maybe sometimes 15 seconds before the generators are able to come up to that level, no? So, in the
mm, mm,
meantime, dapat yung UPS, siya yung the intervening seconds, siya yon ang ano, yan ang ano ng UPS. Yan ang importansya ng
mm,
UPS sa BPOs, data centers, hospitals,
mm.
and the like,
But
no?
sometimes kasi, I think the fault is also human, no? The
Oo.
maintenance.
Oo. Eh,
For example, during the blackout days natin nung araw, ang daming bumili ng generator, no?
oo. Yeah.
Na nag-back up na yun, okay na yung power.
Oo.
Nakalimutan na ma-maintain yung
Oo.
yung generators, I mean,
Oo.
these are
Oo.
all big ones.
Oo. Oo.
Uh, I
I'm
think
guilty of that. I'm guilty of that.
bakit, Robby?
Bumili ako ng generator. Okay. And then there came a time na hindi na natin kinailangan yung generator.
Exactly, oo,
Kasi
nakalimutan na.
nakalimutan na. So just like yung kotse, pag hindi ginagamit, nasisira. Di ba? Ganun.
Exactly. Oo,
Yeah,
oo,
oo.
oo, oo. Pero
Ganon.
I think there must be an education on the part
Oo.
of the owner of the building or building
Exactly.
management, 'di ba?
Exactly. Exactly. Yes.
Yung
Yes.
preparation, no,
Yeah.
preparation.
Yeah.
For example, during nagkaroon tayo ng earthquake, no, recently. Okay,
Mm.
marami tayong mga unexpected. Paano dapat ang magiging maintenance nito? I mean, how would people in the building industry should maintain? Ganon.
There are protocols. The plant facility, they're normally plant facility managers, no? And a lot
Mm.
of these building owners, they outsource this to companies like I'm sure you've heard of them, JLL. You've heard of
Yes, yes.
CBRE,
Oo.
Cushman Wakefield.
Mm.
They outsource this, and they've got a whole army of engineers who are really stationed in the building themselves and doing the facilities management. And
Mm.
in that, part of their marching orders is truly to do maintenance, to make sure that maintenance is being done. Uh, and
Mm.
certain service level agreements are met with the suppliers, with
Mhm.
the supplier of the, or like us, for example. Now we
Mm,
would have a
mm,
service level agreement. Ano kami,
mm.
24/7 on call kami. Ganyan.
Wow,
Oo,
talaga?
oo, ganun kami.
Oo.
Hindi kami pwedeng can you please wait? Sometimes,
Lalo na
Oo.
mahirap, no? O
Oo.
minsan pag may mga tag-ulan, gano'n. Tell me,
Oo.
Robbie, there's an activity that you're now joining for the you're having an event on the Fujihaya
Yeah.
event?
Yeah. In
Oh.
November 26, there will be the IIEE. That is the National Convention of the
Oh.
Institute of Integrated Institute of Electrical Engineers.
Oh,
So
so
there are so many chapters around the country, and they will all converge on the last week of November at SMX MOA. And this year
mhm.
is their 50th rendering of the IIEE convention. So
Ah.
it's 50th anniversary. So it's a big thing for them. It's a
Mhm.
very big thing for this IIEE organization. Um, they're all electrical engineers, registered electrical engineers, professional electrical engineers, and they will vote for the next board to
Mm.
and the president, and the board elects the president from among themselves, who will
Mhm.
lead this organization for the next year.
So
Ganon.
Fujihaya is participating there. I
Yeah,
understand you're
yes,
going to have a booth, no?
yes, we will have
Uh-huh.
we will have a booth. We will have a booth, and our booth is designed in such a way that you can imagine that it's the number 50. Okay, it's the front edge will look like as if it's a number 50. It's just a number five, but
Mhm.
there's something that will give you the idea that it's projecting 50. Um,
Mm.
this convention will showcase a lot of equipment, different brands from
Uh,
Europe, from Korea, from Japan, from China, Malaysia,
so
and all that. Yeah,
innovations are
yeah,
actually being
yeah,
shown, I
yeah.
guess, no? Oo.
Yes. That's all. There'll
Oo.
be a lot of that, and it's good for developers
Yeah,
to see, what's new, talk to people who have booths there, to see what their value proposition would be,
correct.
yung ganon, what
Mm.
makes them different, that kind of
Mm.
thing, no? So,
So,
so
Robbie, question: if somebody owns a building, say about what 20, 20, 30 years old already, is there a chance for them to rectify their panel?
oh yes, we have quite a number
Mm.
of
In other words,
buildings like
give
this.
life, no?
Oo,
Para
oo, may
bigyan,
ganyan.
bigyan buhay
Oo.
ulit, no?
Oo,
Parang
may,
ganon.
may, may ganyan kaming ginagawa. We retrofit
Aha.
the power rooms. Ang
Mm-mm.
nangyayari, like, give you a set, case in point is here in Makati. I think the oldest building here now, I think 50 years old. We
Mm-mm.
we went in, and we can't do it on a rush, it's like, there's a switchgear there, there's a let's say there's a switchgear, there's a transformer and all that. We have to work with shutdowns, and
Oh,
you have to
oh,
shut
oh.
down, you replace it, yung ganyan. So
Uh-huh.
you have to do a
Uh-huh.
lot of planning. For factories, for example, it's the same thing. So ang nangyayari dyan, we will work. in Holy Week, Christmas, ganyan ang mga New Year, ganyan, ganyan. Dahil,
Unholy. Plus the
oh,
fact that I guess wala nang diagram yan.
wala na.
May diagram pa ba?
Wala na.
Pag ganong 50 years na?
Wala na. Hindi na nila alam kung nasaan, yung ganon. So,
Ayun,
so
oo.
inaano
Oo.
namin, we reconstruct and then we leave them with some kind of ano, no, some kind of diagram of what we
Mm.
did
Aha.
and give them instructions on how to move forward from there.
Mm.
Yeah, ganon.
Fantastic. So, para
Yeah.
bang you cannot kasi mga luma ng buildings yan, no? And
Oo, oo.
you don't know how stable they are, the wires and all the
Oo,
panels.
oo. Yes, yes.
Baka yan, mga fuse pa yan, mga
Oo,
fuse pa,
oo,
imbis na
mga fusion.
breaker yan eh, di ba?
Oo,
Parang ganon.
oo.
Oo.
Yeah,
But
well,
anyway, Robbie, oh yeah. Robbie, I
yeah,
want to go to another topic. I
mm,
heard you are a teacher. You are a professor.
yeah,
Uh, para bang wow, you are now you are involved in Fujihaya and now you are
mm,
a professor in University of Asia and the Pacific.
yeah.
What made you decide to go on to teaching, Robbie?
Okay. It's like this, no? When I graduated from college, I joined Meralco. Okay, I joined
Mm.
Meralco, but I wasn't an engineer. I graduated economics, and
Oh.
um, and so my direction was towards finance. So I became a
Mm-hmm.
banker. I became a banker,
Mm-hmm.
and then eventually I joined PLDT. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And then when PLDT was sold to Mr. Pangilinan,
Yeah.
I took early retirement and I enjoyed myself. Okay.
Ah, okay.
But I wanted to teach. But I wanted to
You have
teach.
that passion to teach, I
I
guess.
wanted
Yeah.
because when I came back from and took my MBA, when I came back, I was teaching in Ateneo undergrad also
Ah,
during that
okay.
time. So
Ah.
as I took early retirement, I was 43. I wanted to play golf every day but I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
teach, but I wasn't pursuing it na yung ganon. So one day, my very, very first boss called me and said, "You're wasting your life away in the golf course. Come and teach." And I said, "Look at
uh,
this." I
uh,
said, "I have not even, I mean, parang God is taking care of me. I haven't
yeah.
even reached out, and here it is already." So I quickly went to UAP and met the people in the program, and that was in the year 2001. And up to now,
Okay.
I'm still with them. I'm still with them up
Ah.
to now. Yeah.
So
Uh,
what subject are you
yeah.
involved in?
I am with the entrepreneurial management program, and I manage the 2.5 year core module called New Business Ventures. Okay.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Our program requires students while in school to set up a business. But
Mm-hmm.
remember, these guys are 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds.
The Gen
17,
Z,
no,
yeah.
17
Uh,
kung galing ka sa probinsya, 18 kung kung
Oo.
nagano ka, no? Yung ganyan.
Yeah.
So we have to teach them the tools. You have to teach them the tools. So 2.5 years, it's a 22 unit core module where they have to come up with a business idea,
Mm-hmm.
do a marketing plan,
Mm-hmm.
do an operations plan, do a financial plan, and then they have to run the business. And we give them targets depending on how much money their parents are giving them to play around with. Okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
And then after running, and then they make reports. We're like chairman of the board kami sa panel.
Mm-hmm.
You report ano magkano nakikita nyo, bakit ganito,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
how does that compare with your business plan? Yung
Yes,
ganon.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And these guys make money. They create wealth. They create wealth for
so do they
themselves.
work as a team or they
No,
individual?
individual ito. Individual.
Ah,
Because
okay.
because uh, because when it's a team, there will always be somebody who's not working. There will always be
Correct.
somebody who'll be the leader. So
Uh-huh.
they are forced to do this all by themselves. And this is all ano ha, they have to register the business. They have to register
Oh.
the
So
business. So
it's
if
really a hands-on,
Oo,
not
oo.
just on academic, no?
Hindi, hindi.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
coursework. It's
Uh-huh.
coursework. Plus, they have to know their financials. They have to know how to create their own financial statements,
Mm-mm.
understand what's going on, and do their pivots if their targets are not being met. You know,
Mm-mm.
those are the things that we try to instill.
Mm-mm.
I say, you know, we put our students underwater and then give them time to breathe, you know,
Yeah, right.
surface
And
and breathe,
then
and then
uh,
bring them down, back down again. Para,
that's a boot
yeah.
camp, huh? Boot camp.
Oh, boot
Oh.
camp talaga,
Oh.
yeah.
Pero how
Yeah.
many of them really pursued after their graduation? Did they pursue with their business?
Um, 30% will not pursue their business.
Bakit?
A lot of them, because not all of them come from families with business background, family
Okay.
businesses.
Yeah, yeah.
Some come from families that are professional in parents, no, lawyers,
Mm.
bankers, accountants, things like that. Would you believe we have we have recently graduated Doctor of Medicine from our EM ano on her last what we call new business ventures class.
Mm.
I asked
Mm.
her, what are you what do you want plan to do? Sir, I plan to become a doctor. I said, wow, there's no science here in our course.
Exactly.
And she says, I will prepare for the NMAT. I will prepare for the National Medical Aptitude Test. And that's how. And now she's a doctor. We're so proud of her.
Ah.
We have a lot of we have a lot of lawyers also. Diba? We have
Mm.
a lot of lawyers, but about 30% of them do not pursue the
Mm. Mm.
businesses. No? They
Yeah, but
close it. Yeah.
no, I think that's best. No, you're not teaching only from the classroom. You're
Mm.
actually putting them in the water of
Yeah.
entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of people would think starting a business is a walk in the park.
Ah,
Di ba?
hindi
Di
pwede.
ba? Eh,
Hindi pwede. Yeah.
yung mga sinasabi na diskarte,
Oo,
diskarte lang
oo,
yan, di
oo,
ba?
oo, oo.
Which I think based on those, what you are now teaching, you're teaching them the ropes, the pros
Yes,
and
yes,
cons,
yes, yes.
the ability to be analytic, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yun, ano.
Oh, you
So
think,
fulfilling pala yung retirement mo, Robbie. Very
yes.
fulfilling.
Oo, bukod sa bumaba yung handicap ko, umano pa.
Congratulations.
But
Okay. So,
there's one thing that I want to share.
uh-huh.
In our course, and I think we're the only ones that do this. We subject our students, the graduating students, into a self introspection
Oh, yeah,
course,
yeah. Yep.
so that they know more about themselves. They if they've got baggage and all that,
Mm, mm.
they kind of shed it so that they enter the workforce with as least
Yeah,
emotional baggage and all that, and
exactly.
knowing more of themselves. Ganon.
Yeah.
Yun, so
I think what this is what our generation needs, no? The
mm-mm.
introspect rather than
Yeah,
going all out. Because
yeah.
you have to have a grounding
Oo, oo.
mindset, di ba?
Dapat alam mo,
Uh,
ito ba talagang gusto ko? Ito ba talaga ako? Ito ba,
oh,
talaga
parang,
bang negosyante ba ako talaga? I mean,
yeah,
ganon ang ano namin, approach namin towards the end, towards
exactly.
graduation. Yun ang ano
Oo.
namin, yeah.
Importante yan kasi, when you face out there after your graduation, you don't carry the school naman eh. Di
Oo,
ba?
oo,
Yung mga ibang tao kasi, oh, I'm a graduate of this school, so I deserve,
oo,
this.
oo,
No,
oo.
no. What the school has left you in your heart and mind
Mm-mm.
is where you will now go.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's the role of
yeah,
the professors.
yeah,
So it
yeah.
was so retirement is not really your cup of tea now, huh? You're
No,
now
yeah,
para bang what can you advise pala? A lot of people are saying, "Oh, I'm early retiree." I met
ah,
a lot of people 45
oo,
years old.
oo, oo,
Early retiree na raw sila. They want to enjoy the world. Life is
oo.
short. What would
Yeah.
you say to them, to these
Well,
people?
I've been there, I've done that.
Mm.
retirement is overrated. It's
Uh-huh.
overrated. Just to give you my example, in 2018, I was asked by my friend who is our managing director here in Fujihaya, and said, "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
why don't you come? Because come over, let's do some organizational development here." Oh, sabi ko, that's right down my alley. Sabi ko ganon. And
Mm.
because the political and economic landscape keeps on changing, your customers require more from you, more products from you, more services from you. So you have to evolve with the demand of
Yeah.
the customers, no? So
Oo,
in the
oo.
end, I told him, pare, we're gonna die with our boots on here. Sabi ko, we're both past 70, which I don't mind because
Yeah, 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 true.
which I don't mind, yeah. Ganon ang concept namin ngayon. And so, but of course, we will, give yourself naman a long weekend,
Yeah.
a long weekend, 4 days, that kind, and then come back and do,
Yeah, because
ganyan.
remember, the energy when you were
Mm.
25 is now
Oo,
different from what you have. I mean, di
oo,
ba?
iba.
Mahirap na. You cannot be maintaining the 25-year-old
Oo.
mentality, you
Oo.
know?
Yung
Eh,
energy.
hindi na kaya. Hindi na kaya yun. But
Hindi
again,
na kaya. Oo.
enjoying the quality of life that you have, right?
Oo. Oo. Oo.
Yun ang importante.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
final advice sa mga retirees na mga nakatunganga, paano yun?
Ah,
Paano bang, anong
paano?
gagawin ko ngayon, Robbie? You know,
Oo.
probably in their minds, what will I
Oo.
do now, Robbie?
Well,
I'm about to retire. Okay, the jitters of retirement.
yeah.
Yun.
You have to find something to do that goes with your passion. Okay.
Yeah,
I always said teaching, for example, is one of the best uh, jobs at your late age because you're
correct.
able to share so much.
The
You're able to
wisdom,
share
huh?
the
Yeah,
wisdom and
true.
all that.
True,
So yeah,
true.
even if you want to go teach English in a public school, yes, go and do it.
True.
Yeah, go and do it. Yung ganon.
Di ba? Yeah,
Yeah. So that's for the retirees. You cannot hang your boots. You cannot.
exactly.
You cannot. Your mind has to be active. Uh, there's always dementia when you're not thinking of doing
Oh
anything.
yeah, yeah, right, right. Talking
Walang,
about that,
walang,
the
yeah.
brain, para bang ano yan? Parang generator, hindi mo
Oo,
nalagaan.
oo,
Hindi na
hindi mo,
stack up yung brain mo ngayon, di ba?
oo,
Parang
magkakaroon ka ng brain fog all the time. Yan,
Oo,
yan, ganyan,
true,
dahil hindi
true.
na-exercise ng ano, yon. Crossword puzzle, yan, that's very good. Exercise.
Yeah,
Exercise yun,
exactly,
mga ganyan.
exactly.
Oo, di ba?
Oo,
Oo,
oo.
ganon. Play chess with your grandchildren when you have time.
Correct, correct.
Ganon, oo.
Because after 5 years old, wala na sila. They have their own
Oo,
world, you know?
oo, oo, ganon. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yan.
So,
Yan.
in other words, it's really up to the person. No, when you
Oo,
retire, you must be prepared. Not just
oo,
I want to retire, I want to have this money, and I want to set up a business. Pero wala ka naman plan B, plan C.
oo, wala,
There's
wala.
nothing that you want to have for yourself.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
you keep on working and working
Oo,
until you quit. That's it.
yeah.
You enjoy life, naman, di ba?
You
So
can
you
join
know,
an NGO, you can
yes.
volunteer in barangay, yung ganyan.
Mm-mm.
Marami
Mm-mm.
kang masasalihan magagawa.
Mm.
Yan.
Rather
But if
than
there's
rather
some,
than staying watching the TV the whole day, no, or
yeah,
watching
or
movies the whole
Netflix, yung
nagne-Netflix
Netflix.
ka na lang ba
Oo,
araw-araw? Ang buhay mo
oo,
na lang
oo,
Netflix na, di ba?
oo.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
come to think of it, a lot of people have wisdom that they can share with the generation, di ba?
Mm-mm.
Values,
Yeah.
yung mga kasi ngayon kasi mga the Gen Z, they always have look back at what happened during your time because they
Oo,
want to look back.
oo.
Kasi mga bata ngayon, they have their own world.
Yeah.
Paano naging successful si daddy o si
Oo,
lolo? Yung
oo,
mga ganon.
oo.
Kaya nga yung iba, nagsusulat ng memoir, right?
Yes, yes. They write
Di
their
ba? That's a good one, di ba? That's a good
autobiography, di ba? Oo.
autobiography.
Oo,
It's
oo.
something that the children and the children will look forward and say, hey, I'm proud of our
Oo.
Lolo Robbie. Di ba?
Oo,
Ganito
ganon.
pala siya. Di ba?
Yun, yeah, na like for example, when my mom died.
Mm.
I said, wow, ang dami nitong mga taong bumibisita. How did she do it?
Ta
How
yeah,
did she do it? Yeah,
yeah.
because she was involved in a lot of organizations and things like that. Wow, sabi
Mm.
ko, in my mind, hindi ako siguro makaka-attract ng ganito pagka ako na.
Pero I think the basic what your mom did is actually to establish that solid credibility.
Oo.
'Di ba? That yung
Yeah.
people believe in her what
Yeah,
she
yeah,
was
yeah,
doing, 'di
yeah,
ba?
yeah, yeah.
'Yun ang
Oh,
maganda.
yeah, yeah.
'Yun ang
So,
importante.
yeah,
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
Robbie, you have, where can they get in touch with you? Because some people might say, "Oh, I probably for go to SMX, okay,
yeah,
look for Mister
yeah,
the Professor Robbie Anonas, di ba?
yeah, yeah,
And
or
probably UAP,
yeah,
UANP,
UAP, yes, UAP,
yeah,
the Entrepreneurial Management Program.
yeah,
Go to our website, fujihayaelectric.com. There's a how to contact.
mm-hmm.
You can contact us there. You can contact me through there. Yun.
Mm-hmm.
And yun. And generationally kasi, we've got generational characteristics. Whereas before, we were dealing with millennials. Now, it's already Gen Z. Mamaya-maya, ano na nga bang the next, the
Alpha,
next gen,
alpha na ata,
alpha,
beta, hindi ko na
alpha, beta.
alam mo.
Oo.
Parang,
Yeah.
alam mo, pag, Robbie, pag nagpuput ka ng date, no, ano ba? Date mo, birthday, bla, bla, bla. Pag year,
Oo.
pag scroll ka ng scroll up, para bang, naku, tumatanda na pala tayo talaga, no?
Oo,
Para
talaga.
bang,
Oo, oo, oo.
yeah,
Yes.
but
Yung gano'n.
life has to go on and enjoy.
Oo.
So again,
Yeah.
Robbie, maraming salamat for this
Oy, Butch.
Sunday
Oh,
sharing and really
Butch.
looking forward to being proud. Fuji Haya,
Yeah.
1978 pa yan, ha? The
Yes,
first
1978.
Filipino
Ano yan?
company,
It's
ha?
a it's a
Tagal
joint
na.
venture, it's a joint venture between Fuji Electric of Japan and Haya Electric, local
Aha,
Filipino. And we've been steeped in Japanese engineering standards. They trained us. There was
yes.
technology transfer and all that. And this type of quality, continuous improvement, all the Japanese types of management philosophies that was ingrained
Oo.
in Fuji Haya Electric. Yan. Um,
That's
and then
true. Yeah,
yeah, oo,
proud of this Filipino company,
oo,
1978 pa yan. So if
oo.
you're getting somebody for panel, you might as
Mm.
well consider somebody with a good, solid background, right? So
Thank you, Butch.
Robbie, thank you very much and good
Ah,
luck to
yeah.
happy retirement. Enjoy your teaching life.
Thank you, Butch. Thank you, Butch.
Okay,
Hope to
so keep in
see
touch.
you again. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
See you. Thank you. Bye.